Nearly 3 out of 4 working adults will never see their net worth cross $100,000, even after earning more than $1 million across their lifetime. Raises disappear in instant lifestyle upgrades. Paychecks vanish before they even arrive, locked up in never-ending payments. Why do so many stay stuck, and what hidden forces are quietly draining your wealth before you can even start building it? The answer is more uncomfortable and fixable than most people ever realize. Rich Richard gets a $500 raise. By the next month, his rent is up $300 because he moved into a place with a rooftop gym. He leases a new car for $200 a month. The old phone feels embarrassing, so he upgrades and adds a streaming bundle for $20 more. The raise is gone before he even notices. Worse, he is actually spending more than he received. This pattern has a name: lifestyle creep. Every time income rises, spending rises just as fast, or even faster. It is not a conscious decision. Psychology calls it hedonic adaptation. The boost from a new gadget or a nicer apartment fades quickly, and what used to feel like a luxury becomes the new normal. The brain resets its expectations, and the cycle repeats. Consumer surveys back this up. Most people do not increase their savings rate when they get a raise. Instead, they upgrade their apartment, their car, and their routines. The $80,000 earner who lives like they make $40,000 can actually outpace the $120,000 earner who spends every cent. Over time, the treadmill speeds up, but the scenery never changes. The urge to upgrade is strong. Social media, friend groups, and even subtle status cues at work push people to match their rising income with visible improvements. The result is a bank account that never grows, no matter how high the paycheck climbs. Most people confuse feeling rich with actually building wealth. Until that cycle breaks, the $100,000 milestone stays out of reach. Poor Peter's paycheck lands, but it is already carved up before he even touches it. The car dealer advertised a $30,000 sedan as just $399 a month. Never mind that stretching the loan to 7 years means paying over $35,000 in the end. The number that sticks is the monthly payment, not the total price. That is by design. Auto ads shout about low payments up front, while the real cost is hidden in the fine print. 72 months, 8% annual percentage rate, and a stream of fees rolled in. By the time Peter finishes paying, he has shelled out thousands in interest for a car that is worth half what he owes. It does not stop with cars. Buy now. Pay later plans. Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay turn a $200 purchase into 4 easy payments of $50. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau reports that nearly 1 in 5 adults used Buy Now, Pay Later last year, especially younger people and those already tight on cash. Most users juggle multiple overlapping payment plans, none of which show up on a credit report. The result is, it is easy to lose track until the next paycheck arrives, and half of it vanishes to automatic drafts. Peter is not alone. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau found that as Buy Now, Pay Later exploded, failed payments rose to over 10% of loan dollars, and charge-offs climbed too. Most Buy Now, Pay Later lenders do barely any credit check, so it is simple to stack plans, $25 here, $40 there, until the entire month's cash flow is already spoken for. The question shifts from can I afford this to can I handle another payment? That is how the cycle locks in. Work, get paid, make payments, repeat. No matter how hard Peter works, the finish line never gets any closer. Every year that passes without investing is a year lost forever. Most people do not see it until it is too late. The brain is wired for now, not for 30 years from now. That is why so many promise themselves they will start investing later, after the next promotion, after the next vacation, after the next crisis. But compound interest does not care about your intentions. It only rewards the early and the consistent. Here is the math nobody wants to face. Putting $200 a month into a simple index fund, earning an average 8% return, starting at age 22, can build to about $100,000 in just under 20 years. Wait until age 32 to start, and that same $200 a month only grows to about $50,000 by your early 40s. Wait until age 42 to start, and it is barely $20,000 by your late 40s. The cost of waiting a decade is not just lost time, it is losing half your future wealth. 2 decades lost, and it is barely a fifth of what it could have been. This is not about stock picking or timing the market, it is about time itself. Compound interest is the one force that quietly multiplies your money, but only if you give it enough runway. The longer you hesitate, the steeper the climb becomes. The people who cross $100,000 are not the ones with the highest salaries. They are the ones who started before they felt ready. Every year you delay, you are not just missing out on growth, you are locking yourself out of the exponential part of the curve. The window closes fast and it never reopens. Most people think they are building wealth every time they buy something expensive, but the truth is most of what fills a middle-class life are liabilities, not assets. A liability is anything that drains your bank account over time: cars, phones, subscriptions, even that fancy couch bought on a zero down payment plan. The minute you drive a new car off the lot, it loses value. Phones lose half their value in a year. Streaming bundles, gym memberships, and all those monthly services quietly chew through your paycheck. None of these will ever make you $1 richer. Assets are different. An asset puts money in your pocket, not just today, but for years to come. Stocks, broad index funds, REITs, and retirement accounts are the building blocks of real wealth. They appreciate over time, pay dividends, and grow quietly in the background. Wealthy people do not just earn more, they own more assets. They buy things that buy other things, letting their money work for them while they sleep. The numbers are stark. Nearly 80% of Americans have less than $100,000 saved for retirement. Over half have less than $10,000. Meanwhile, almost everyone owns a car and a smartphone, both guaranteed to lose value. It is not an income problem, it is an ownership problem. The difference between staying stuck and breaking out is what you do with your money after it hits your account. If every dollar goes to liabilities, you will never build a net worth that matters. The moment you start buying real, appreciating assets, the game changes. That is the only way to cross the line into lasting wealth. Crossing $100,000 in net worth isn't just a round number, it's the moment the math flips. With $100,000 invested in a simple index fund, earning the long-term average of 8% a year, that is $8,000 in growth without lifting a finger. Suddenly, your money is working harder than you are. It is like adding a second income stream that never calls in sick. Getting to that first $100,000 can take a decade of grinding, penny pinching, and saying no to upgrades. But once you are there, the game changes. Compound interest starts to snowball. The next $100,000 does not take another 10 years. It often takes half that time or less because now your investments are pulling their own weight. This is the tipping point where wealth building stops feeling impossible and starts to accelerate on autopilot. The path to $100,000 isn't a mystery, it's a formula. First, eliminate every debt with an interest rate above 7%. Credit cards and personal loans charging double-digit interest will eat your future alive, and you can't out-invest them. Next, build a $10,000 emergency fund in a high-yield savings account. This cushion stops one bad break from sending you back to square one. Then, automate $500 a month into a broad index fund that tracks the whole market. Automation removes willpower from the equation. Finally, live like you make half your income for a few years. The bigger the gap between what you earn and what you spend, the faster you cross the $100,000 line. Right now, nearly half of working Americans remain below $100,000 in net worth, despite record lifetime earnings. As spending habits outpace wealth building, the gap keeps widening. The question isn't who can earn more, it's who dares to keep more. Financial freedom isn't about income, it's about choices. What will yours be?